Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to take you through the gaseous exchange. Last time we talked about gaseous exchange in plants, and today I want us to talk about gaseous exchange in animals. Gaseous exchange is just exchange of gases, that is CO2 and oxygen, through respiratory surfaces. So I want to know the respiratory surface. We want to discuss about the respiratory surfaces in animals. We have different respiratory surfaces in animals. Number one, we have cell membrane. Cell membrane. Number two, we have gill. Number three, we have buccal cavity. Number four, we have the skin. Number five, we have the trachea. That is five. So in cell membrane, the environment is water. Good example is amoeba. Gill in water. Good example is fish. The buccal cavity. We have where in water. Then example is frog, but only some frog. Then we have we forgot saying lung or alveoli. Lung or alveoli. Then we have the okay. So the buccal cavity, water. Then frog, some frogs. Then we have the skin. Skin also we have both air and water. For air we have earthworm. Good example is earthworm. In water we have some frogs. Then we have trachea. Trachea is in air. Then insects. Good example is insects. Then lungs of alveoli. Those that does it through lungs or alveoli. We have the insect. We have the reptiles, e.g. bird. There is air, e.g. bird. Mammals, e.g. bird. Reptiles, and even amphibians. So these are the different type of respiratory or respiratory surfaces in animal. Those are the summary. Cell membrane, for example, the environment is water. The good example is amoeba. Gill, water. Good example is fish. Then we have buccal cavity, water. Good example is frog. Then we have skin. But for buccal cavity, there's some frog. Not all frog, but some frogs. Then you have the skin. The skin is hair, that environment stroke water. Then the good example of air is earthworm, and those in water, frog. Then you have trachea. Trachea in air, environment is air, insects. Then lungs, alveoli. Then the environment is air. Good examples, bird, reptiles, and amphibians. So we are going to continue from there. After knowing the respiratory surfaces in animals, we have an example of a respiratory process, or how these tiny things like unicellular, that is gaseous exchange in unicellular organism. Best example of a unicellular organism, e.g. amoeba, under the animal. First of all, we must know that amoeba is a living or is a aquatic thing. That the environment is aquatic. That it lives inside the water. So the habitat is the water. So we want to see something about gaseous exchange in amoeba. That is just a sketch. have the contractile vacuole, contractile vacuole, tile vacuole, 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 contractile vacuole. Then we have the cytoplasm. We have cytoplasm, cytoplasm. The thing that we must also know that in small organism or low organism, that's tiny unicellular organism, the gaseous exchange is by diffusion, whereby they diffuse, the oxygen diffuses into the cell, and also CO2 is diffused out of the cell. As we said that the environment is aquatic, so they stay in water, so the aquatic environment is water. So water contains, as we all know, that water contains some oxygen, dissolved oxygen. And being that the amoeba is one of the tiny organisms under animal, so in short, they acquire oxygen for some metabolic activities, respiration. Then they release or they remove CO2 as a byproduct of some metabolic activities have occurred inside the cell. So by this, we have some dissolved substances of oxygen found in water. So the oxygen will flow inside the amoeba organism called amoeba. Then the diffusion of CO2 outside by what we call diffusion CO2 after some metabolic activities has occurred in the organism. So this is how the small organism or e.g. amoeba unicellular organism, the gaseous exchange occur. It's by diffusion. The dissolved oxygen inside the water by diffusion enters from highly concentrated to lowly concentrated region. Whereas CO2 is eliminated, since CO2 will be now concentrated inside here, because after some metabolic activities they will be formed. Then they will be concentrated inside there. Then diffusion will occur in that process of from highly concentrated to diffusing outside from highly to lowly concentrated. That's all about the amoeba. Thank you for watching till the end. Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and comment down section below. Share and thank you for watching till the end.